Hi everyone, I'm Heather Plord and this is my presentation on using MeSH terms in PubMed. This presentation is specifically for med students and LAS students who want to improve their research skills in PubMed. So first I'm going to go over some reasons why this presentation is important. So firstly, why PubMed? Research is a necessary part of medical decision making, but PubMed is particularly important because it's popular and it's free to access regardless of institution. This means that no matter what institution you work for or are affiliated with, you'll have access to PubMed. Even if you don't have access to every article, you'll have access to the database. So what is MeSH and why should you use it? MeSH is PubMed's controlled vocabulary. If you don't know what a controlled vocabulary is, it's a database's preferred list of subject terms. This organizes synonyms and makes sure every document uses the same subject term for the same type of content. For example, Advil, Motrin, and ibuprofen are all names for the same drug. This makes it a little hard to know which term to use when indexing or when searching. So that's when a controlled vocab comes in. Controlled vocabulary chooses a term for the database. So for PubMed, ibuprofen is the controlled vocabulary term for this drug, and this means that any study that has to do with ibuprofen, the subject term listed for it is ibuprofen and not Advil or Motrin. This organizes everything and makes it more consistent to search for it. It also means that if you search for Advil, you'll also get Motrin and ibuprofen results, or any of the other terms. You'll get the synonyms. I think of it as using the same language as PubMed to improve your search. So when you're searching in PubMed and you know the controlled vocabulary term, you can use the right subject term to get the right result. If you search specifically in the subject, you'll get exactly the type of content you're looking for, the exact type of relevant results. So now we're going to go to PubMed to go over how MeSH terms work in practice. So now we're in PubMed, and we're going to use the example of if tobacco increases the risk for breast cancer for our example search. So we're going to start with just searching breast cancer tobacco and see the results. So as you can see, there's over 1,000 results, which is a bit unmanageable. You can't really look through every single one of those. So instead, we're going to narrow down our search and only get the relevant results through MeSH terms. You can get to MeSH terms through the bottom here, or on the main page, Explore MeSH Database. So we're going to start with breast cancer. So when you get a list of results of possible things it could be, you want to read the description to know which one you want to choose. So for us, we want this one. So here there is a bunch of subheadings that you can restrict to if you only want certain aspects of it. For example, if you only want mortality for breast cancer. So that does restrict the results quite a bit, so you might want to be careful when you decide to choose that. Here's a list of synonyms that would come up with breast cancer. And here are the terms that are broader and the terms that are narrower. When you use a MeSH term in PubMed, all the narrow terms are also included. So to add it to your search, you can just add it to the search builder right here, and you can see your current search right there. So you can keep going and add more terms. So we're going to go back up. And then a couple things come up, and we want to read through here. So we could choose tobacco products, but I think we want use of tobacco instead. Same setup here for all the things that you might want to look at, and then you can add to the search builder. You can add it with and, or not. So we're going to do it with and then we're going to search PubMed. You can see 50 results, much shorter, and you can start to actually go through these. And that's how you get your MeSH term results. Here are my references. And if you have any questions, you can find contact information for UB's Health Science Librarians here, or you can send my email. Thank you.